Hey guys, Francesco here, hope you're doing good. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to my studio. In today's video I want to talk about the different uses that you can make of electric pianos, which is one of my favorite musical instruments to use in my tracks. And if you listen to my latest tracks, you probably noticed that it's present, it's very recurrent in my tracks, and I use it basically for everything from backgrounds to rhythmic stuff to melodies and etc. So since I've been working lately on a sample pack of electric piano loops, I thought this could be the chance to make a video to show you the different uses, how I use different electric pianos in my tracks, and maybe give you a little bit of inspiration. So let's get it started. Before getting into the topic of the video, I have a few release announcements. The first one is my first vinyl release on Skip Audio Records. It's a VA together with Direct, with Zenk, Vern and Enivrez-Vous. So it's a very important goal for me because it's the first vinyl release and I hope the first one of many more. If you want to check it, you find or buy it, you find the link to dj.de in the description of the video. Second release is my brand new EP on 11 Records. It's a 3 original tracks EP plus 2 remixes from Lauren Lusung and Suki. Another great goal for me to land on such a nice label. It's included a track that you probably already know. It was in a few of my videos. You find the link to Beatport now, you can buy it, you can listen to it. Let's get now really started with the topic of the video. So the first question is, what is an electric piano? If you type electric piano on Google, you find plenty of different instruments. A lot of them are synthesizers, so they create the sound from electronic stuff. But what I mean when I say electric piano is the sort of vintage analog electric piano like the Wurlitzer or the Fender Rhodes. These are pianos that are based on a percussive system, so they actually have hammers, and they, instead of having strings, they have some sort of metal plates or things, I don't know, that vibrates, and then a pickup picks the sound and amplifies it. So it's a sort of middle way between a piano and a guitar, an electric guitar. So the sound from these instruments is very interesting because it has a extreme dynamic, because you can go from very soft sounds if you play very softly to very aggressive and distorted sounds. So here's an example. So as you can hear, you can use it to create sort of pads, but also very rhythmic stuff. So in the video, we're going to see which instruments we can use, which VSTs we can use to make these sounds, and I'll show you a few examples. As instruments for electric piano, my go-to choice is the Arturia V Collection. Inside of that we have Stage 73, which is an emulation of the Fender Rhodes. So if I press very softly, if I press hard, and the presets are so many. The other one is the Wurlitzer, another great one. It's pretty similar, but it has just a different tone. If you don't have any external plugin for electric piano emulations, you can rely on Ableton. Ableton has some stock sounds which are emulating the electric piano. Also, if you have the suite version, I don't know about the standard, but with the suite version you also have the possibility to download other sounds from their website. So if you go on their website, there's a package which is called Electric Keyboards, and inside that you can find 3 different types of sounds. The Suitcase piano, which is close to the stage. has a great dynamic response. I think it's based on samples because you see here a folder with samples. Then you have the tone wheel organ. This is an organ. Very nice as well. And the Vuli, very close to the Arturia ones in terms of quality. Speaking of application of this type of sounds, as I told you, I use it for many different purposes, from the backgrounds to some textural sounds or for some sort of melodies and break stuff. So I will start from this track, which is my track Good Friend Bad Lover that I released with Storytellers, and I used the I think it's the stage piano to create a sort of background synth that goes through all the track. Actually, I have one sound here since the beginning. You understand this is all about details, but then later on, and this is my main pod. This is made with a stage plus some effects, not that much. If you want to know the preset, it's just the first one when you open it. The second case where I use it is on the break chords, which I think it's here. How do I come up with these sequences? I just go by with my ear. I like to create sort of rhythmic stuff. So the alternation between single notes and chords put in the right position with the right groove. In this case I didn't apply any groove, but you can see that they're not perfect on the grid. It takes me hours to come up with these things, so there's not a fast way to come up with good music, at least from my point of view. I just spend a lot of time tweaking these very small details. I will make some of these kind of backgrounds for the sample pack that you will be able to use in your tracks. Let's move to another example. So here I have used the Wurlitzer to create, first of all, this background here. It was basically one single note resampled, and I created a loop out of that. Then let's see, I think I have another one here. This was a reversed tail of a sound, and then that was going into a chord, and so I resampled it, put together the two things and resampled, and that what happened. And then I have this part, which is basically a sort of improvisation that I really like to do this kind of things in my tracks. Again, this is made with a stage. If you take a look, they are always the same chords. It's in this case it's an A minor 9th, I guess. You can also change the velocity between the different notes that you play, so you have some notes which are more present in the chord rather than others, and that creates a little bit of more interesting sound. So the next one is more, I use the electric piano more for a rhythmic purpose, to have again a sort of background, but a rhythmical background. Wurlitzer. In this case I use the Wurlitzer instead of the stage piano. Also consider using, if you use these plugins, consider using also these effects included in the plugin. They are amazing. And it's gated, so there's this sort of, you know, it's here and then it goes away effect. the last one, and this is really the last one, is a remix that is coming out soon on Stamp Records. It's the remix for Jacobo Saavedra and Artus. And I used the Wurlitzer in this case, the stage piano in this case, to create a sort of rhythmic melody that goes through the break and into the drop of the track. We'll talk about also the effects that I used on this. So stage piano from Arturia has already a lot of different presets with some weird sounds. So just that, if you go through the presets, you can get inspired to try out things. But what I really have fun with also are the Ableton stock effects. So I put this plugin at some random that changes randomly the velocity with which you play notes, and that's nice already to create more dynamics in the sound. But also consider taking a look at the phaser effects on Ableton. They are very nice to give something more to your sound. So take a look at this, try these presets. I will show you without. So this is quite standard. If I put some effect on this, it's vibrating. So I'm really having fun with Ableton stock effects. Let me know if you use them already, if you have some presets to suggest, because I'm always looking for, and lately I'm not buying a lot of new plugins. So if I can find stuff that works inside Ableton, I'm super happy to use them. So if you know something to suggest, please do in the comments of the video. These were just some examples, of how I use pianos, of the style of the stuff that you will find in my sample pack when it'll be out. Hopefully in August, maybe earlier, I don't know. Anyway, in the next video, or in some of the next videos, I will show you how I make these sort of loops from scratch. So maybe this will be also interesting for you. But for now, try to experiment yourself with these kind of sounds, these kind of techniques. Okay, thanks for watching the video. Hope this was interesting. If it was, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you didn't yet, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.